everybody, my name is Carmen Shenk. I'm the Tiny House Foodie, and I'm here to talk to you about the plates. We are in our January Downsizing, Right-Sizing Challenge, and today it's plate day. How many plates do you need in your tiny house? And of course that depends on why you're doing this, okay? So that's where you start. But this process of liberation and setting yourself free is an important one, and I'm glad you're along for the ride. So when we started living tiny in the fall of 2014, these were the plates that we started out with. And our kitchen table is 24 by 30 inches. It's one of the two tops from our restaurant. So 2 plates of this size on that table was fine. But we had guests, and I must have made a comment about this might fit a little better if our plates were a little smaller when we had our guests. So when he came back again, the next time, he had a little stack of plates. So these became the plates that we used all the time. He had gotten them in a thrift store, and he said to me, you know, if you don't like them, you can send them right back where they came from, and you know, not a problem. So that was our little joke. No worries, we love them actually. And this little plate is a 7.5 inch plate. And even though the squarish one looks a little bit bigger, it's not tremendously larger. Okay, so these actually turn out to be perfect sizes for us. Now, I read an article where they talk about how if you are trying to do some portion control and a weight loss technique, if you put a portion on this plate, the plate's going to look empty. If you have the same portion on this plate, it will look full. So this is a way to eat less. You just put the same portion on a smaller, I mean, you know, it's probably not going to be the same portion. You're going to size it according to the plate unconsciously. That's just what we do. So you want a full plate, so choose a small plate. You could always go back for more, but maybe you're more likely to choose a more reasonable portion, and that's a weight control help, okay? So that actually helps in a tiny house too. There's not a tremendous amount of space in our kitchen cabinet. I'm not suggesting that the plates are always in the kitchen cabinet. That just doesn't happen, because usually we use the plate, it's washed, and then it goes in the drainer, and it's usually kind of, you know, stays in the drainer and then when it's time to eat again, I'm pulling it straight out of the drainer. So I'm not going to pretend that they actually make it to the cabinet most of the time. They don't. It's okay. This is my haven home. It's okay if they don't make it into the cabinet. So if you are washing by hand and keeping things in the drainer, no problem, okay? So that's really not an issue, and that's the safest way to dry your dishes. It's not, when we had the restaurant, the gentleman who was the health inspector made sure we knew that we couldn't wipe our dishes clean with a cloth, because that would be spreading all kinds of bacteria. So it really is fine to let your dishes drain and just leave them there and forget them. When you come back to them, they'll be dry and they will be ready to go. Now, if you have a dishwasher, this changes everything. Your space, your gadget that's supposed to simplify your life is actually going to require you to have more plates, because you're not going to put 2 plates in your dishwasher and then run the thing. That would be a huge waste of water. So suddenly you need a whole bunch more plates so that you run the thing when it's not empty. So the whole dishwasher thing in a tiny house is ridiculous. I am biased. I am a snob. It's okay. We're all friends here, so I can admit it. And see, in my mind, since we lived in 125 square feet since the September of 2014, that's what tiny means to me, and actually a small space. Now, I know a lot of the tinies that are coming out right now are not small at all, and that's fine. In my mind, a tiny house is 100 square feet per person in the home, and that's just my bias, okay? So you know where I'm coming from, all right? So the likelihood of somebody living in my size house, 125 square feet, for any length of time, you're not going to have a dishwasher, okay? So it's kind of helpful to think about these things. Now, of course, if you're building one of the McMansion tinies or something, you can have your dishwasher, that's fine. I'll only make fun of you a little bit. or a lot. But, you know, no problem, okay? It's just that you're going to need more plates. You're going to need more silverware. You're going to need more glasses. And that's the whole point of going tiny, is to need less. So, you know, it's up to you. So, today's session of downsizing and right-sizing your January kitchen so that you can go tiny. The moral of the story is get rid of the dishwasher. Go for a smaller plate. You don't need very many. And pick your favorites. You don't have to choose the nicest one. You don't have to choose the prettiest one. It doesn't matter if it's got a chip in it. If it's your favorite plate, this is the plate you're choosing. Okay? Now, this particular plate has a story. I mean, these have a story too. These have a story, and those have a story. So we've kept the ones that have memories associated with them that are really fun. So that's why we've got this weird collection. And also because I really love plates. But, okay, how many bowls are right for you in your tiny house? We have 2 of these in our tiny house. We also keep 2 mugs. For some reason, when it's really crazy cold outside, I'd love to have soup in a mug and I can hug it like this. And it helps me warm up. And a mug is a multi-use kind of thing. You can use it for your coffee and your tea, and you can also use it for your soup. So this is also a great idea. So keep 1 per person. You don't need a lot more than that. And these are really useful. And again, it doesn't have to match anything. I mean, look at these. These are in the same house and it's fine. It's just fine. It doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to be new. It doesn't have to be old. There are no rules. Pick your favorites, okay? So it's plate day in the Tiny House Foodie Kitchen. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm Carmen Shenk, the Tiny House Foodie, reminding you that we can go tiny, we can enjoy simplicity, and we can eat really well. Thanks for watching.